Yeah, dear viewers, now we are going to see about the programming and concept of ladder diagram. So, in the module mechatronics, in the subject we are discussing about the programming and logical controller module. Here, in the previous video, we have seen what is a PLC and where these are all used, and what is a how it is functioning through a ladder diagram and timing. So now what is this ladder diagram, and how it will be useful for understanding the circuits? Let me see here. So programming and the concept of ladder diagram is mainly it is for what purpose it is used. So we are going to see this in industries. The PLCs are used for various activities. Okay, just like automation systems of any CNC machines or a conveyor belts or material handling equipments or material transfer takes place, pick and place work. Okay, from traveling from one place to another. These are all automated works are going on in industries where this can be controlled with the help of some PLC. For that, we need some sensors. So, various sensors and the feedback controllers units are going to be used for the controlling the operations in industries. So, for this, we need a mechanical, electrical input and output devices. So the all the works or can be done with the help of the some devices which are all useful. In the earlier we have studied about that also, about what are the components of needed for it. So normally this PLC where it is incorporated, if you see this a prototype model of a conveyor belt. Okay, so here there are two or three stations are there. For the stations, we are keeping position sensors. So the position sensors will help to find where the conveyor, where the component is coming. So the components once reaches the stations, then position sensors will act and it will stop the components. And that stations we are having different operations. It may be a welding, or it may be a pressing operation, or it may be pick and place, whatever it is. So when once the component reaches to a particular position, then it has to operate. This is normal uh, a program, and therefore this we need a sequence module, a conveyor interface module, and a PLC, a position sensor, and a computer system like this. All are there. Okay, right. To understand this logic ladder diagram, how we are going to make a ladder diagram, and how we can understand the concept of this in industrial circuits. So normally in the left side A figure it shows a line 1 and 2, that is the DC input with a switch, a contact switch, and then a motor is there which is connected in this. So but when we are, this is what normal a motor connection with the circuit, electrical circuit is there. We know when a switch is on, exactly the circuit is going to be connected from L1, it goes to motor, and remaining it return back to the L2 here. So which is going to be the thing we will call the circuit is going to be closed, and that it will help for the rotating of the motor only. At the same, how we can show as a ladder diagram, in the sense two lines L1 and the line, the vertical lines we are going to show. So the two L1 and L2 line, this is the L1 line and L2 line are there. So this is vertical lines. So when vertical lines are there, and this is the horizontal line which is called a rung. So we called as the horizontal rung, which is connected, and it is going to be connected with the motor. The power is going to be connected when the switch is on. Okay, when the switch is on here, now we are going to switch on this motor. Suppose if I press this switch, and the line is going to be connected, and the power supply goes to the motor. So the L1 and L2, or we or call as a power rails. So these power rails, input and output lines will be there. So when it is going to be connected with the input device and output device, the motor is going to be rotated. Right, that's all. So here this is the basic ladder diagram. So one more we will see. So the ladder, it shows two vertical lines, and is the we call as power lines, and horizontal lines we called as rungs, okay, between the two vertical lines. So some example other than that I can show is a motor, switched motor, normally which is used in the our sump motors. A start or stop button will be there. So this stop and buttons, which is used for the starting of the motor and to stop the motor. Okay, fine. So how it will be normally working in the ladder diagram we will see. So we know, normally if you put on, if you press the green button, the motor starts, and we will leave it. It's not, it's also a momentary button, like momentary or permanent buttons. Okay, there are used different types of buttons will be used. And here you can see this is how it will be. So when this switch green, this is the green button, and here it is the red. Okay, so when this button, when we press this, automatically the line is getting connected, and it goes to the motor, right? So this is what the circuit where it is giving the power. But and you can see here a logical this one, okay, holding switch. Okay, you can see a holding switch here. This holding switch is open, and this which is red is getting connected. So now when I connect this one, this connection is fully getting connected, and this holding switch is also going to be activated, right? This is the first step, so that the motor will be going to be rotated, so it will rotate in a manner. So now if I make the switch 2, what will happen? So if I press the switch 2, already the holding switch is on. When I switch on this one, the holding switch also getting switched on, so connection is over. So when I push this 2, so it will move backward. So this it will get disconnected here. Once if it get disconnected, this holding switch also disconnected. Already it is getting back, or the one is getting just it momentarily, it will come and connect it and goes, right? I'll say here how it will be function. So when the normal push button 1 is pushed, so the motor is going to be connected with the holding switch, and the holding switch, through the holding switch connection, the supply is going on. So button is pressed and released, so but motor starts and rotates due to the holding switch over here. And when I'm going to switch on the button 2 is going to be pressed, the 2 is disconnected the holding switch also. And since this holding contact is open, and the power is getting disconnected in the 2 and holding switch, then motor is not going to be worked. That's what how a simple ladder diagram for a motor it shows here. Two vertical lines, which is the power lines, and the horizontal lines, which is the ladder lines. Okay, I hope you have understood the concept of how to draw this ladder, how to understand the concept. And the thing is, the how to read these instructions is rail, two rails are there, and the rungs start from the top to bottom. We have to read from left to right of the rail, and then from top to bottom. So ladder diagram, just like two rails, and vertical rails will be there, and horizontal rungs will be there. But from the top only we have to do it. So top, once if it reaches to the right side, then it has to come to the left downwards. So this is how it is going to be read out. So normally for connection of the motor and everything will be done, and finally the end case, end if it is there, it will be over, like. So you can see here the conveyor belt, what we have seen in that, how to with the help of the switches. So left switch is there, and it supplies is connected to the motor. So and it end, so that's what one switch, and it is been normally open until some object closes it. So it is open until some object closes, it's we call it as normally open. And if it is normally closed, until it will someone has to close. So that is what normally open, normally closed switch. And along with this, it is connected with the motors or sensors or whatever it is. So this is what the station 1 to 3, what it happens is in the conveyor belt, in the sensor identify the object in the station 1, so that it will send to the signal to stop that one. And again, after the process is done, then the finished product has to move, so it activates the electrical motor to run the conveyor belt. When it reaches the station 2, then there the process is going to be taken for the inspection process, or something else process will be taken. For that, once it reaches the second station, it will stop. So the process will be done again, it will start to move to the place 3. So this is what how it is going to be done in each and every stations in the assembly lines or another line, inspection lines and all. Okay, so next we will see about the PLC selection criteria in the next video. So thank you very much.